Rams going up against the Parkview Panthers here in the girls' side of things. We'll go over the starting lineups as we go along here. Here's the opening tip-off. It is won by the Newton Rams. Rams with 6 freshmen out of 10 people on this team. Melissa Johnson going to take it here. Here's your starting lineup. Naima Smith, Valika Douglas, Kizzy Terrell, Tiffany Johnson, and Melissa Johnson. And Melissa Johnson going to dish it off here to Terrell. Terrell inside to Douglas. Douglas back out to Melissa Johnson. Melissa Johnson also a very expert softball. Actually played baseball for the Newton Ram 9th grade team, if I'm not mistaken, a couple years ago. Dishes here to Douglas. Douglas trying to go inside. There's a bounce and a turnover by Tiffany Johnson. And so the Parkview Panthers will get this one back. Parkview's starting lineup goes this way. Kim McClung, Faith Nixon, Jenny Crawford, Christy Elwell, and Laura Barton. And it is Barton here. Her first shot is no good. Rebound, Melissa Johnson. Tries to pass down court, but it's blocked. Now taking it back down court is Naima Smith. Back out to Melissa Johnson. She is apparently the point guard for this team and tries to set the offense, but she's got tight pressure here. Dishes it off to Douglas. Douglas, without much pressure, back to Johnson. Johnson to Douglas at the three-point arc. One bounce and up, and it's no good. Here's the rebound. The putback is no good by Tiffany Johnson. Rebound, Panthers. Bringing it back down with Jenny Crawford. Crawford going inside. The shot is up and no good. Tipped out of bounds. Back to the Newton Rams. Laura Barton with the miss there. As we mentioned, this is an extremely young Newton Ram team. Their regular season record was 1-20. They were 0-12 in the sub-region. That doesn't mean that this team is lacking in heart or in potential. And I know a lot of times you say that in a cheesy way about teams, but it really is the case here. In a couple of years, watch out. Shot is up and in, and the Newton Rams have the lead. Tiffany Johnson with the shot, and so the Rams up by 2 here. Home team taking the lead. Kim McClung dribbling toward the basket. Her shot is up and good. Nice drive to the basket. Took advantage of a little hole there. Saw it open up and put 2 points in. So we are tied at 2 apiece. Now here's a steal by the Parkview Panthers as the Rams trying to drive down court. And in the process of the shot, here's a foul. Kim McClung is fouled by Melissa Johnson. It is Johnson's first foul. We are tied at 2 early in the first quarter here. It is a single elimination tournament, this 8 Quad A South tournament is. And so if the Rams cannot pull out the win tonight, their season will end with a record of 1-21. Parkview, the number 2 seed in the sub-region, comes in. There's the first shot up and good from Kim McClung. Score is now 3-2 in favor of the Panthers. McClung looking for her second shot. It is up and good. So Kim McClung has done all the scoring for Parkview in this one, and they're up by a bucket. Naima Smith dribbling, trying to get around her Parkview defender, and she turns the ball over. She walked. And so Parkview will get the ball back yet again. Once again, this has been kind of a learning experience for Terry Van Meter and his Lady Rams, but as we mentioned before, when you talk about the Rams in 97 or even 98, I think you see a much different team. 3-point shot is up, and it is good. Kate Elliott, I'm going to change that as Christy Elwell, my apologies. Elwell with the 3-pointer. Puts the Panthers up 7-2. Douglas looking for Melissa Johnson. Finds some room. Johnson dribbling down court back to Douglas. Douglas trying to look for something inside, but Parkview closing the hole very well. They're going to dish back out to Naima Smith, but it's knocked out of bounds. Newton will get the ball back. Christy Elwell knocked it out of bounds. Melissa Johnson looking to get this one in. And the pass up, but stolen by the Parkview Panthers. And Laura Barton. Barton going up for Jenny Crawford. Crawford's got it now. And a 3-point attempt, and it is no good. And a rebound by the Newton Rams. Kim McClung was the one shooting the 3-pointer. Apparently she's with the heart of this Parkview offense. So the Rams will try this one yet again. They are down by 5. Looking to get back into this one. Parkview with the steal, though, against Melissa Johnson, and the shot is going to be up. No good, and Johnson pulls it back, and she is fouled. Jenny Crawford had an open layup and missed it. Johnson pulled it down. Immediately was hit by 2 Panthers, and she gets Melissa Johnson, that is, gets the ball back here for the Rams, and First foul there on McClung. 4:44 left here in the first quarter. 7-2. It is the Parkview Panthers on top. Panthers with the steal, and the shot is up for Jenny Crawford, and it is good. Make it 9-2. And a timeout has been called. So with the score 9-2, Parkview on top, and 4 minutes, 35 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. We're going to be back. It's the 8 Quad A South Basketball Tournament at Newton High School, live on WGFS AM 1430. At Charles Evans Nissan on Iris Drive in Conyers, your satisfaction is our constant concern. Come in and visit our expanded used car department. We have a large selection of the kind of quality checked pre-owned vehicles that make a great purchase. And our new car department is stocking an ever-increasing inventory of great Nissans. If we don't have it on the lot, we'll get it for you. If you're in the market for a new car, make Charles Evans Nissan your dealer. Charles Evans Nissan on Iris Drive in Conyers. Call 922-7600. And welcome back to Newton High School, where the 8 Quad A South Basketball Tournament continues. Newton Rams and Parkview Panthers. Rams coming in with an 0-12 record in the sub-region, the number 7 seed here in this tournament. Been kind of a struggling year for them, but they get a chance to see some tournament action here. A lot of these freshmen have never seen this. 9-2 your score. The Rams with the inbounds pass. Tiffany Johnson going in, and Douglas has got it now. Douglas dribbling, but dribbles off her foot. Parkview with the steal. Kim McClung going to bring it up the court. 4:23 remaining. She stops, looks around. No one open right now. Now she goes inside. And the dish back outside to Christy Elwell. Elwell going inside, and no basket. It's going to be Newton Ram ball. I think someone stepped out of bounds. 3-second violation make that against the Parkview Panthers. So the Rams get the ball back. And the inbounds pass is tipped and nearly stolen by Parkview. It's loose on the ground. Parkview gets it with Christy Elwell. So Elwell has got control here with 4:01 left in the first quarter, and dishes to McClung, who goes for 3. It's no good. The putback is good from Jenny Crawford. Crawford and McClung each with 4 points now. It's 11-2 Parkview. The baseball pass is up. Caught by Tiffany Johnson. Johnson going in for the layup, and it's good. Johnson with all the Ram points so far. They've scored 4. And so it only follows that Tiffany Johnson has scored 4. This Parkview Panther team, number 2 in the sub-region behind the Burkbar Patriots, who got a bye in the first round. 2-7 play in the girls' side, just as they do in the boys' side. 3-6 play as well, and 4-5 also go head-to-head. Christy Elwell outside the three-point arc, looking for something inside, tries to dish inside, goes to Barton. Barton to Faith Nixon. Nixon's first shot no good. Her second is, plus the foul.
Number 22, Faith Nixon.
Count the basket, and the foul goes against Naima Smith. It is her first foul. That's the second foul for the Rams. 3:11 left to go here in the first quarter. Earlier it was the Newton Ram boys beating the Rockdale Bulldog boys 78-48, and you'll see those same Newton Ram boys in action Friday night at 8:30. In fact, they'll take on the male version of these Parkview Panthers unless they can be upset by the Winder Barrow Bulldogs. The inbounds pass is taken by Naima Smith. Smith with 3:06 left with the turnover, and it goes back to the Panthers. So the Rams coming out a little tentative early here. It is Parkview ball. Faith Nixon going to toss it into Jenny Crawford. Crawford with 4 points. McClung with 4 here for the Panthers in the early going. Christy Elwell popped a 3 earlier and drained it. Faith Nixon with a pair of points as well. Here's Jenny Crawford from about 15 feet. It is bouncing around twice and no good. Rebound by Elwell. Elwell back out behind the three-point arc. Going to go back to Crawford. Crawford around this side. McClung for 3. It is good. Kim McClung is a sharpshooter, no doubt about it. She's got 7. It's middle of the first quarter here. Another baseball pass, and luckily the Rams came up with that one. Tiffany Johnson, another layup, but this one doesn't go. And Parkview with the rebound. McClung takes it, dishes out. Jenny Crawford looking for a drive to the basket. Can't find it, so McClung is going to shoot the 3, and that one's good. Kim McClung has 10 points in the first quarter, and it's 20-4, Parkview on top. The Rams going down early here. 2:07 remaining in the first quarter, and Parkview's already put 20 on the board. Another steal by the Panthers. They go to Jenny Crawford. Crawford lays it up and in. That's 6 points for Jenny Crawford. Make it 22-4 Panthers. You realize that the Parkview girls could outscore the Newton boys. A turnover here by the Newton Rams, so Parkview will once again have that one back. That turnover gives Parkview a chance to put another 2 points on the scoreboard. They've already stuck 22 up there in the first 6 minutes and 8 seconds of the first quarter. Jenny Crawford looking for the pass inside to Laura Barton, but Barton didn't follow for it. And so the Newton Rams will end up with the ball back. 1:43 left in quarter number 1. Melissa Johnson looking for someone. Everybody's covered. Finally gets it into Crystal Hudson. Hudson now a loose ball. And a jump ball is called, and the possession will go back to the Parkview Panthers. Again, we mentioned this tournament is a single elimination deal, which means the team that loses this game is out of the tournament. 7 teams, and each of them make it into this tournament, but the downside of it, as we mentioned, if you lose one game, you're gone. And the Rockdale Bulldogs have already been eliminated on the boys' side tonight. Another 3-point attempt from McClung, just misses. Newton pulls down the rebound. They dish ahead to Tiffany Johnson. Johnson was looking for something, but lost it out of bounds, lost it on the dribble, and Parkview will have the ball back with 1:16 left. It is Parkview 22, Newton 4. Tiffany Johnson has scored all the Ram points. Kim McClung leads all scorers. She's got 10. Jenny Crawford dribbling down, beats a double team, passes off. The shot is no good. Rebound, Laura Barton. Barton dishes out. Christy Elwell now going to dish out to Jenny Crawford. They're going to try to reset the offense here. Crawford momentarily loses it on the dribble, but picks it back up. The starting 5 for this Parkview Panther team, certainly a lethal girls basketball team. Ending up as the number 2 seed team in A Quad A South. 44 seconds left, and they're going to try to stall for time here to try to pull the Newton defense out. And here comes Tiffany Johnson out, and Crawford drives for a moment, then dishes out to Elwell. Elwell is going to dish to McClung. Terry Van Meter is shouting instructions to his Ram players. Getting up close to McClung here. McClung going back out. Christy Elwell now trying to draw Melissa Johnson up, but Johnson not biting. She's trying to help the defense down low, and so Elwell, after going in, goes right back out and dishes off to Jenny Crawford. 13 seconds remaining here. 22-4 your score. Parkview on top. We've got 8 seconds remaining here. Now Johnson comes up close and fouls Jenny Crawford, trying to steal the ball away from her.
Foul on number 31, Tiffany Johnson.
It is Tiffany Johnson's first foul. With 7 seconds remaining, Parkview has pretty much stalled the last minute and a half of this affair, and they're going to try to play for one last shot here in the first quarter. With 2 seconds left, here comes the last shot in desperation, up and no good. Well, the Parkview Panthers show some dominance here in the first quarter, coming out and scoring 22 points right off the bat. It is 22-4, Parkview over our own Newton Ram girls. And when we come back, we'll bring you the second quarter of live action right here from the gym at Newton High School in Covington, Georgia, the 8 Quad A South basketball tournament on WGFS AM 1430.
East Metro Communications, your local authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular, would like to thank their customers for making 1995 their best year ever. East Metro is this area's oldest cellular agent, and 1996 will be their 10th year in the cellular business. East Metro is starting off 1996 with another one of their incredible promotions. Free phones, no connect fee, no programming fee, and $100 credit on your first bill. If you are considering a cellular phone, go by East Metro Communications, 1/4 mile east of Newton General at 7115 Highway 278 here in Covington, or give them a call at 786-6796. Certain restrictions apply.
And welcome back to Newton High School. We have reached the second quarter of this affair between the Rams and the Parkview Panthers. The Lady Rams and the Lady Panthers engaged in this battle. It is Parkview 22, Newton 4 as we begin the second quarter of play. Melissa Johnson tries to dish, but it's stolen, then stolen right back by the Rams. Shot is up and no good. A second shot no good from not from Jenny Crawford, from Kizzy Terrell, the Newton Rams. Jenny Crawford now for the Panthers gets it back, dishes out. They're going to go back to Crawford. Into the action is Stacia Cooper. Cooper touched the ball for just a moment. Crawford standing and kind of stalling at the top of the key, waiting for someone open. They get McClung, and McClung uncontested for 3. It bounces once, twice, no good. And out of bounds. They're going to give it back to Parkview. It was touched by Meave Ellsworth, who's into the action, but also touched by Kizzy Terrell. So Parkview's going to get this one back. Cooper's going to inbound this ball. 7:21 left in the second quarter. Third game of the night will be the Parkview boys. They'll be taking on Winder Barrow. So Newton not the only team playing back-to-back games tonight. The Panthers get to do the same. Shot is no good, and the tip goes out of bounds off of one of the Newton players, so Parkview will get it back. The Parkview boys, oddly enough, also ranked number 2 in Subregion 8 Quad A South. They will play the number 7 seed on the boys' side, the Winder Barrow Bulldogs, tonight right after this game is over. We won't be giving you that one live, but the winner of that game gets to take on the Rams Friday night at 8:30, and we will give you that one live. That should be a barn burner. Dish inside here, and the shot is up and good. Beth Cleland picking up some points, so the Panthers with wholesale substitutions here. In fact, there may not be a single member of the starting 5. Jenny Crawford seems to be the only member of the starting 5 that has stayed out there, which McClung is also out there, correct that, so there are 2. Johnson trying to find Douglas on the corner, but couldn't do so, and a foul is called on Jenny Crawford. Crawford gets called for her first foul. It's only the second foul that the Panthers have committed. 24-4 your score. Melissa Johnson looking for Tiffany Johnson, and it's going to be a Parkview basketball. That ball went right off the fingertips. Tiffany Johnson. Corrected, it's going to be the Newton Rams basketball. The referee had pointed toward the Newton sideline and said white, designating the Parkview Panthers white and orange colors. Rams are in blue, and this time they get it right, so the Rams will get it back with Melissa Johnson dishing off to Douglas. Douglas looking, the corner finds, but there's a foul as the shot was attempted by Crystal Hudson. Hudson was fouled, and she will go to the line to shoot 2. Neve Ellsworth was the young lady who fouled her. So Crystal Hudson goes to the line. Tiffany Johnson has scored 4 points. She's the leading scorer, and in fact the only scorer so far here for the Newton Rams. 6:20 left in the second quarter. Leading scorer on the Parkview side is still McClung. She's still got 10. The only player with a basket so far in the second quarter is Beth Cleland with 2. And Tiffany Johnson is still holding on to that hand. That inbounds pass went right off those fingertips. If you've ever had that happen, you know how painful of a feeling that is. There's a jump ball after a missed foul shot, and the Rams will get possession of it back. Change that. Parkview Panthers get possession of it here. So the Panthers get it back after the 2 missed free throws. It is still 24-4. Hudson missing the 2 free throws. Now Parkview down on the other side with Beth Cleland, and she puts a pair in. That gives her 4 for the quarter. Parkview's 25th and 26 points in this game. 5:59 remaining. We are in the second quarter. Lady Rams, Subregion 8 Quad A regular season champions in 91-92. Looking for a little more of that in the next couple years. Shot is up and no good from Hudson. Rebound, Beth Cleland. Parkview going inside now, back out to Jenny Crawford. Crawford dribbling a few times inside, her shots no good. Rebound, Newton Rams. Valika Douglas takes it. Gives it to Melissa Johnson. She'll try to reset things back to Douglas. Johnson once again. Melissa Johnson, that is, tries for the pass, and this one is going to be stolen, but it's a turnover by the Parkview Panthers' Kim McClung, and Newton will get it back. McClung took the ball and immediately fell to the ground. So Newton will have it back, and Melissa Johnson, the inbounds pass, gets it in, and it's kicked by one of the Parkview players, and the ball will once again go back to Newton. 5:17 remaining in the second quarter. Crowd here for this second night of action in the 8 Quad A South Tournament, a little sparse. What we've seen so far tonight is the Newton Ram boys win by 30, and the girls, unfortunately, right now down by 22. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left. The shot up, no good. There was a good drive to the basket by Valika Douglas, but once she got there was no shot. Now Kim McClung loses the dribble, and she gets called for it, and the Rams will once again have this thing. Parkview has had 5 people score points for them. Faith Nixon has put in 2 points. Jenny Crawford with 6. Christy Elwell has a 3-pointer to her credit. Beth Cleland with a pair of baskets, making it 26-4. Rams have yet to score here in this quarter. Parkview has only scored 2 baskets in this quarter, so the Rams playing better defense. This shot up and no good from Valika Douglas. Parkview takes it back. They've got Stacia Cooper. Cooper gives it to Crawford. Crawford looking for the baseball pass and got it to McClung. McClung feeds it inside. Ellsworth with the basket. That's the 6th different Parkview person to score in this game, make it 28-4. The Lady Panthers on top of the Lady Rams, and we're about to see some wholesale substitutions back into action here for Newton. Melissa Johnson dishing off, and it is picked off by Cleveland. Cleveland is going to give it to Jenny Crawford, and right now the Rams just struggling on the offensive side of things against what you can see is a vastly superior Parkview Panther team on the athletic side. A foul has been called here on a shot of the foul. We're going to see in a moment who it's. 28-4 your score. Panthers will go in here with Mead Ellsworth. Ellsworth giving to Christy Elwell. Elwell back to Ellsworth. And with good pressure, the Rams almost got that one back, but Ellsworth saves it, gives it back to Christy Elwell. Elwell, a good ball handler, a good dribbler, drives in toward the basket, takes the shot, no good. Rebound and put back in by Beth Cleveland. Give her 6 points so far in this quarter. About halfway through the second quarter, make it 30-4. Parkview on top. New person leading the offense here for Newton. That is Tiffany Johnson. Johnson was driving to the hoop, but her shot is no good. And it's rebounded by Parkview. It's going to be taken down by Elwell. Elwell looking for Ellsworth. Dishes, and Kelly McCloskey loses it. Newton will have the ball back. 7 teams, as we mentioned, from each, the boys and the girls, make it to this tournament. Basically, there are no teams eliminated in the regular season. You basically play for the seeds. The best seed, of course, to be is number 1. You receive a bye. In this case, it was the Shiloh boys and the Birkmar girls who were fortunate enough to receive that. Shot for the Newton Rams, up and good for Naima Smith. 2 points there, make it 30-6. So Smith becomes the second Ram to put some points on the board here. Under 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Parkview looking for Ellsworth inside. Ellsworth up and in. This Parkview team has got a tremendous amount of height for a girls team. They get 32-6 in favor of the Panthers. Elika Douglas dishing toward Naima Smith. Naima Smith saves it from going out of bounds. Now looking back for Douglas. Douglas looking for a drive to the basket. Pulls up, takes the jump shot off the glass. No good. Parkview with a rebound, and Beth Cleveland has been terrific on the defensive rebounding side here for Parkview, and that's, of course, very important. Tiffany Johnson going to try to drive it down. She decides to keep it herself, and we've got a foul called on the Parkview Panthers and Christy Elwell.
Number 32, Christy.
So we're going to see Tiffany Johnson go to the free throw line. The Rams are 0 for 2 from the free throw line so far in this game. Parkview, we've yet to see attempt a free throw. They have 32 points on the board. Tiffany Johnson's first shot is up, and it is good. Rams leading scorer with 5. Makes it 32-7 Parkview. Second shot is up, and it is good. Rams with 8 points now on the scoreboard and trying to hold that Parkview team down. Elwell driving down the court, gets past her girl and dishes off. Now it's back to Elwell. Elwell going inside for Meave Ellsworth. Ellsworth shot up and in. Parkview can go to either Cleveland or Ellsworth on the post, and they are both very tall and very tough to defend. Each has 3 buckets in this quarter for a total of 12 points. In fact, they're the only 2 who have scored for Parkview as they put in pretty much their second teamers. There's a shot up and in. A 2-pointer from Naima Smith from about 17 feet out. Another sharp shooter there for the Newton Rams, and Ellsworth looking for the shot. Did she get the charge there, or is the foul is called on the Newton Ram player? Valika Douglas, her second. Naima Smith, who scored 4 points in this game, is a 9th grader. Tiffany Johnson, who scored 6 points in this game, is a 9th grader. Melissa Webb is also a 9th grader. We've yet to see her tonight. Tamika Morris and Randy Fitcher and Priscilla Harmon, all of these are 9th graders. 6 9th graders on this team, only 1 senior. Dish going inside here for the Rams, and the bucket by Randy Fincher, another 9th grader. That one's up and in, makes it 34-12, a minute 18 remaining here. Parkview with Christy Elwell leading the action here. At the top looking for some action down below, and they're trying to find Ellsworth at the post. Doing the best that they can, but they lose it out of bounds. It's going to be Parkview basketball. Apparently that one was off of Tiffany Johnson. And so Emily Buchanan is going to throw it back in, and Parkview will try again. Neve Ellsworth tries, doesn't have a shot, dishes it back out. It's a three-pointer, and it's good for Christy Elwell. Elwell with her second three-pointer makes it 37-12, Parkview. The Newton Ram boys scored 40 points in the first half, and the Parkview girls are going to be challenging that here. No shot here as we've got a foul. This one goes against the Parkview Panthers' Emily Buchanan. Her first foul. 44 seconds left here in the first half. The only senior on this team is Valika Douglas. She hasn't scored a point yet. She does have 2 fouls on her. And here's Douglas, the lone senior. It loses the ball momentarily, but I think the Rams are going to get it back. No, it's a jump ball. And yes, it is Newton's ball this time on the jump ball. Melissa Webb going to throw this one in for the Rams with 35 seconds left in the half, and it's stolen by Kelly McCloskey. McCloskey going to go to Elwell as she passes midcourt. Rams doing a little bit of a press there for a little while. Now back out on the three-point attempt by Emily Buchanan is no good. Neve Ellsworth with the rebound, and it's blocked by Douglas out of bounds back to Parkview. But Valika Douglas with the block, and the Rams looking for some bright spots in this game. I'm sure that each individual player is going to try to do what they can, and Valika Douglas, of course, no exception. This will be her last game as a Newton Lady Ram. She makes the steal here with 11 seconds left and gives it back to Tiffany Johnson, so that Rams are going to have 7 seconds to attempt a shot. Counting down, we've got 4 seconds left, and here comes the three-point attempt. It's no good, and there's the buzzer to end the first half. Well, kind of a dismal first half if you're a Newton Ram lady basketball fan. Rams score 8 in the quarter and 12 in the half. The bad thing about it is Parkview scored 22 in the first quarter and 15 in the second. Make it 37-12, Panthers on top. We're going to come back and have some halftime analysis of this one right after this. It's the 8 Quad A South Basketball Tournament right here on WGFS AM 1430.
The best money manager around is a checking account from the Bank of Covington. It's easy to keep track of your income and all your expenses with your checkbook and the detailed monthly statements we send you. It lets you see where you might save money, and it really helps in balancing your budget. If you're not already enjoying such financial assistance, learn all the advantages of a personal checking account at one of the convenient Bank of Covington locations. The Bank of Covington, member FDIC.
Leave it to Remington to bring you everything you need to bag a turkey. The tightest patterns, the heaviest payloads. Come to Piedmont Outdoors and ask for Remington Premier Magnum Turkey Loads. In handy 10-packs, Premier Turkey Loads give you polymer buffered, extra hard copper-plated shot, along with olive drab hulls and matte blackheads. Piedmont Outdoors on the Access Road has the full line of Remington Turkey Loads, including 3.5-inch 10 and 12-gauge Super Magnums and the new 3-inch 20-gauge load.
Where can you find the best entertainment on television? On HBO, on Covington Cable TV. HBO features the best in box office movies, the best original movies, the best in entertainment. For HBO, call Covington Cable TV at 385-2044. For the best in movies, the best in entertainment, it's HBO. Call Covington Cable TV, 385-2044. 385-2044.
It's Dollar Days going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware on the square in Covington. Go see what all $1 can buy. Ace Drain Opener, Gojo Hand Cleaner, Poly Rope, a Tucker Plastic Dustpan, Ace Luby Lubricant, Ace Razor Scraper with blades, as well as an Ace 9-foot extension cord or Ace Soft White Bulbs. It's Dollar Days going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware on the square in Covington. Go see what all $1 can buy at Mayfield Ace Hardware.
Well, it's cough and cold season, and when you have those cough, cold, sneezy, drippy, itchy problems, when you get the red eyes and you take the medicine, you get droopy, drowsy, ornery, and not feeling any better, that's the time to come by City Pharmacy or Option Care. Let us evaluate you, look at the different symptoms that you have, and recommend a drug of choice. And we'll also look for any potential drug interactions with medications that you are currently on. That's City Pharmacy on the Square and Option Care in the Covington Corners Shopping Center.
Hey there, Carl the Greenskeeper here for the Hard Luck Cafe. You know me, I'm the guy who delivers hot wings to the...
We saw some bright spots in here, and we were looking at the point scores here for the Newton Rams as they have 12 points here against Parkview's 37 in the first half. Naima Smith with 4 points is a freshman. Tiffany Johnson, who has 6 points, Tiffany Johnson's also a freshman, and Randy Fitcher with a pair of points is a freshman. So ninth graders have scored every single point in the first half for the Rams.
Well, that's basically what it's come down to for most of the year for the Newton girls. When you have that many freshmen, like you and I talked during the pregame, it just makes for a tough time. The key tonight for Newton, Coach Van Meter wanted to try to keep the game as close as possible. You may remember he went to some sort of a delay there in the opening couple of minutes, but Parkview jumped out and didn't go back in a zone like you would hope they would, and let some time run off the clock. Sometimes the team will stay back in a zone and not come out and force the action, but after about 30 or 40 seconds, Parkview came out and forced it, and Newton really had to try to match up with them, and Parkview just has too much experience, too much height, too much outside shooting really for Newton this year. It's just this game, the first half of this game has kind of summed up the whole year for the Lady Rams. It's been a tough one, but it's just a learning experience, and you're only going to get better by playing, and Newton will have the advantage over, gosh, I'd be willing to say every team in a couple years, because you think by the time these girls are juniors, they will have been playing 3 years. A lot of teams, they're juniors, you might say, well, they may have played a little bit as a sophomore, but not much. These freshmen for Newton, not only are they playing, they're starting. So sometimes you just have to look to the future, and that's really what you have to do with the Newton team this year. And kind of just overmatched here against Parkview tonight. But everything comes back around, and I honestly believe that it will come back around for Newton in the next 2-3 years.
Now, contrast with this year here for the Panthers, as we see a couple of folks that didn't even start the game for them that are tremendous down low. Beth Cleland and Neve Ellsworth each have 6 points. Those two look like they could play on some men's basketball teams at their height.
Yeah, it's unbelievable the height of this Parkview team. I know I'm rather tall myself, and I played basketball in high school, but looking at, these girls are taller than I am, and I'm 6'2", 6'3". So I think you and I, Kevin, will have a hard time guarding some of them out there. I don't know. But when you have that much height, and that's one thing Newton doesn't have a lot of is height. They're really a guard-dominated team, and it just doesn't make for a good matchup against this Parkview team here.
And as far as the sub-region championship goes, the two teams that will advance, there will be 2 girls teams and 2 boys teams that will advance to the region tournament at Collins Hill next week. If you had to make a prediction on the girls' side, who would you say?
Well, I would definitely have to say that the Parkview girls would have to be the favorite, or one of the favorites to go on. The Burtmar girls have looked good this year too. I know they're the 1 and the 2 seed, and that's kind of a safe pick. But I think on the girls' side of the bracket, it would be safe and a realistic pick to say Parkview and Burtmar will probably advance on to the region tournament next week. Now, which one of them wins it? It's a toss-up. It could go either way. But it's important. I know once you get to the finals of the sub-region, you're guaranteed a spot in the region. But you really want to win that championship game, because that means you get to face the number 2 team from the other side. And just like the sub-region, you have to win. You have to get to the finals of the region in order to advance to state.
So the top 2 teams from both the boys and the girls will be making it to the region tournament at Collins Hill. And we won't do any speculation as to the boys' side of things. I think a lot of that is going to be determined, well, really, it will be determined by Shiloh against Brookwood. Another matchup that's going to be big is Newton against whoever wins this Parkview Winder game, which will be coming up at 8:30. And we've mentioned before, probably Parkview.
Right.
But that Friday night game between Newton and Parkview, I have a feeling that may sum up who gets the second spot in first of all, the second spot in the championship game, but also a spot in the region tournament. And that means that Friday night game, we don't mean to harp on it, but it will be huge.
Yeah, that's a big one there. The winner guaranteed a spot in the region tournament. And the thing about it is, you look at it, if Newton can get to that championship game of the sub-region, they would play the winner of Shiloh Brookwood. They've beaten Brookwood twice this year. And where Coach Hendricks may disagree, I would say rather easily. They beat Brookwood twice this year, and they beat Shiloh the other night. So they know they can beat either one of those teams. Parkview is the only team they haven't beaten this year. So you figure if they can get by them, well, they may have the advantage.
Chris Bridges of the Covington News, thanks for being with us throughout the last 2 games, giving us some analysis, and we'll maybe look forward to speaking to you just briefly after this one's over with.
All right, thanks, Kevin.
And you can stick around up here if you'd like to watch a third and fourth quarter, unless you've got another favorite spot.
I'll check back in with you about the fourth quarter.
Sounds good.
See what you got.
That's Chris Bridges of the Covington News, who is becoming the expert halftime analyst of Covington, Georgia. You're going to make a career out of this someday, I have a feeling. We'll be coming up on the third quarter here momentarily. Parkview and Newton, 37-12, your first half score. So we proceed with the second half. Parkview with the ball, starting with Christy Elwell. Elwell going out to McClung. McClung at the top looking for someone in the post, couldn't find it. Goes to Crawford. On the wing, Crawford back in now to Faith Nixon. Nixon with only 2 points in this game has checked back into the action to start the second half. They go back to Elwell looking for something now. Dishes back off to McClung. Backs out away from the hoop and out behind the three-point arc as she gives it to Faith Nixon, who gives it back to her. McClung is going to look inside and dribble and look and finally passes inside, and they're going to give it back to McClung. Goes cross court, the shot up and in for Christy Elwell. Elwell with 8 points has scored in each quarter, 39-12. Newton Rams will try to establish something in the way of momentum here, but for the most part it's a learning experience for next year and the years to come for the Newton Rams. Pass in is stolen by the Parkview Panthers. They dish ahead to Jenny Crawford. Crawford up and in. That is her 7th and 8th points of the game. Make it 41-12. Melissa Johnson going to Tiffany Johnson. Johnson very quick. Tiffany Johnson, that is very quick. Lots of Johnsons on this team. Shot is up, no good. The tip in, back is no good, and Parkview gets it back with Christy Elwell. Elwell driving down, now dishing to the wing to McClung. McClung looking inside, finds someone inside on the dish, back out to her. Dribbles twice, 3 times, dishes back inside. Nixon up and in, give her 4 points. 6:21 remaining, and the Parkview Panthers have built a 31-point lead on the Newton Rams. Tiffany Johnson looking for someone, finds Melissa Johnson. They will pass half court in time as the pass is tipped, but now it's stolen by Faith Nixon, and Parkview will bring it back up once again. Elwell leading the offense, goes into Crawford. Crawford inside. Now they're going to go back out to Elwell. Elwell going to attempt the three-pointer. It is no good. The rebound, Faith Nixon puts it back up and in. At Parkview comes out with a vengeance here in the third quarter. They have built the lead to 33. 5:45 remaining. The Johnson and Johnson combination and the backcourt pass will give it back to Parkview. Tiffany Johnson was being pressured and trying to find Melissa Johnson. So this time you could say Johnson and Johnson didn't quite work. Now Jenny Crawford is going to get her turn leading the offense. She'll dish it off to Elwell. They have McClung inside here. They give it to Nixon. Nixon a couple of dribbles, goes back out, and one dribble and up and in by Christy Elwell, pretty much uncontested to the hoop. Make it 47-12 in favor of the Parkview Panthers. Melissa Johnson gives to Tiffany Johnson. Close to half court and being pressured. And you could probably hear them as they apply the pressure. They make plenty of noise. It'll disrupt you if you're anybody. Even if you're up here in the stands, it'll disrupt you. Parkview knocks the ball out of bounds, so Newton will get it back here with Melissa Johnson throwing the inbounds. Looks for and finds Kizzy Terrell. Terrell, I believe, is fouled. Yes, she is. So the Rams will maintain it here as the foul goes against Faith Nixon. That is her first. Melissa Johnson will once again with the chance for the inbounds pass with 5:03 left, and Parkview leading the Newton Rams by 35 points. It's 47-12. 3 different Rams have scored. Contrast that with 6 different Panthers who have scored. There's a bucket for Melissa Johnson. Johnson's first 2 points of this game. 47-14. Now the pass inside. The shot is up and blocked, but there's a foul. Faith Nixon was looking for the hoop. She may go to the free throw line. And she will, as the foul goes against Melissa Webb of the Rams. So number 22, Melissa Webb, fouls her uniform number counterpart of the Parkview Panthers, Faith Nixon, who will try to add to her 6-point effort. And Parkview goes to the free throw line for what, at least by my tally, is the first time in this game, and their first shot is up and in. So Faith Nixon now with 7 points in this game. Jenny Crawford has 8, Kim McClung with 10. Nixon's second shot is up. It's no good, but the rebound by McClung tries for an underhand lay-in, but is blocked, and it's going to be Newton ball. Newton down 34 points here. They were outscored 22-4 in the first quarter. Parkview came out stinging. Kim McClung contributed 10 points in the first quarter, and they've switched her to playing down low, I guess just for a little versatility. They were looking for a walk there against Kizzy Terrell. She was hopping on one foot. They didn't call the walk. And the dish to Melissa Webb results in a basket, so the Rams put 2 more on the board, give them 16, make it 48-16 Parkview. Jenny Crawford trying to dish it in, but it's stolen by the Rams. Tiffany Johnson blows past Jenny Crawford. The layup is no good. Didn't lay it up and in properly, and the rebound is Faith Nixon's. Webb made a nice save there to keep Parkview from stealing that ball, allowing Johnson to have the hoop, and she now has 8 points. She counts for almost half of the Newton Ram points, and Jenny Crawford called for a double dribble, and so the Newton Rams will once again have it back. So a rare turnover here for Parkview. Melissa Johnson goes down court, finds Webb. Webb's going to take the long shot. It's an air ball, and it's going to go back to Parkview. Melissa Webb was pretty effective inside, but as an outside shooter, wasn't very close to the basket there. Substitutions in for both Newton and Parkview. Randy Fincher comes in for the Rams. Katie Spivey in for Parkview. Fincher replacing Naima Smith. Jenny Crawford going out to Christy Elwell here as we're almost under 3 minutes left to play in the third quarter. The shot is blocked. Newton takes the rebound and going quickly up court here with Tiffany Johnson. Johnson trying to blow by her defender. And I think they got a foul called against Jenny Crawford. Check that, Faith Nixon. Nixon, her second foul. Parkview with a 32-point lead here. Newton boys won by 30 over the Rockdale Bulldogs. Your final there was 78-48. And the inbounds is stolen by the Parkview Panthers. Jenny Crawford goes down and she puts it in. Crawford with 8. They'll make it 10, including that basket. So she has broken double figures. The inbounds pass is almost stolen by Crawford again. This Parkview team, very aggressive, very physical. An in-your-face kind of defense and a very quick-moving offense, and that's how they put these points on the board. 52 already. Almost unheard of from a girls' basketball team. The shot up and in. Count the basket. Velaka Douglas gets 2 and may have a chance for 3 here. Foul goes against Laura Barton. Oddly enough, only her first. 2 minutes, 31 seconds remaining. The crowd starts to file in a little bit better here following the teams playing here in the 8 Quad A South Tournament's second day. There were 3 games the first day. Free throw was missed by Douglas, make it 52-20. Pass here for the Parkview Panthers. Crawford out to Elwell. Elwell into Faith Nixon. And a foul has been called. This one's called against Kizzy Terrell.
Kizzy Terrell with the personal, her first, second team foul.
It is the second team foul. 52-20 is your score, with Parkview on top, 2:07 remaining. Parkview with the basketball. Faith Nixon up near the three-point arc, gives it to Katie Spivey. Spivey back out to Crawford. Crawford to Nixon. And Nixon almost had that one picked off by Melissa Johnson. Crawford going to go inside. Spivey up and in. 2 points for Katie Spivey and a reaction from the crowd. Rams with 8 points in this quarter have scored 20 now. 3-point attempt is no good from Tiffany Johnson. And the dish comes back out as Parkview gets the rebound. Jenny Crawford will take it down court. Trying to go coast to coast. They're looking for the dish, but she ended up turning the ball over. Rams will try it yet again. Under a minute and a half now in that third quarter of action. Rams with a regular season record of 1 win and 20 losses. They did get the win over Forest Park. They ended up 0-12 in the sub-region. Definitely not a precursor of things to come, though, as this shot from the Newton Rams is missed and the rebound bounced around. Parkview picks it back up, and Parkview will retain possession even though it was knocked out of bounds.
Number 24, Crystal Hudson.
Must have been knocked out of bounds by Velaka Douglas. But for the Newton Rams, as we mentioned before, Douglas is the only senior on this team. There's only one junior. That's Melissa Johnson. Crystal Nelson and Kizzy Terrell are 10th graders. Everybody else on this team, 9th graders. Remember, last year they were playing schools like Edwards and Carver and the like, and now they're playing Parkview and Brookwood. Big difference. Shot is up and no good, and Newton is going to end up with this one back under a minute to play. 54-20. Parkview Panthers leading the Rams. They have scored 17 in this quarter compared to 8 for the Rams. They outscored them 22-4 and 15-8 in the first two quarters. This one is stolen here by the Panthers. Christy Elwell is going for the basket, but was tripped up by Melissa Johnson. And I have a feeling the foul is going to be called here. And we'll see Parkview waiting, and they will have the ball back. And yes, Melissa Johnson is called for the foul. It is her second foul. 32 seconds left here. Christy Elwell dribbling out beyond the three-point arc, now going inside, and the shot is up and in for Faith Nixon. Nixon has scored 7 points in this quarter alone, 9 for the game. Rams may have a chance to get one more shot off here. 13 seconds left. Johnson goes to Terrell, back to Johnson. That's Melissa Johnson, the 11th grader. She goes to Crystal Hudson. Hudson will go back to her. 2 seconds left. Got to get that shot off. The buzzer goes off, and no shot was taken by the Rams. Randy Fincher was the one with the ball in her hands when time expired in the third quarter. So with 3 out of 4 quarters gone, your score is the Parkview Panthers 56, Newton Rams 20. And we'll have one more quarter left here of live basketball play-by-play action. There will be one more game tonight, Parkview and Winder Barrow. The next Newton Ram broadcast on WGFS, Newton Ram basketball, will be Friday night in one of the biggest games of the 1990s for the Newton Rams boys team here at Newton High School. They will be playing the Parkview Panthers boys team. And when we come back, we will give you your fourth quarter of action live on WGFS AM 1430.
East Metro Communications, your local authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular, would like to thank their customers for making 1995 their best year ever. East Metro is this area's oldest cellular agent, and 1996 will be their 10th year in the cellular business. East Metro is starting off 1996 with another one of their incredible promotions. Free phones, no connect fee, no programming fee, and $100 credit on your first bill. If you are considering a cellular phone, go by East Metro Communications, 1/4 mile east of Newton General at 7115 Highway 278 here in Covington, or give them a call at 786-6796. Certain restrictions apply.
And we are back from Newton High School in the fourth quarter of the Newton Parkview girls basketball game. Newton had a chance for a basket but passed the ball out of bounds, and so Parkview ended up back with the ball here. They've got it as they go inside to Emily Buchanan. Buchanan is fouled, and she will shoot two. Parkview up 36 here. Foul going against Tiffany Johnson. It is her second.
Her second. Fourth foul.
And of the half, Newton has committed 4 fouls. So Buchanan, who has not scored yet for Parkview, misses her first of 2 free throws. 7:38 left in the game. Buchanan's second shot up, and it goes in. That's her first point. Making it 57-20 in favor of Parkview. Last night it was Brookwood over Brookmar on the boys' side of things. There are also a couple of girls' games involved. This shot up and in for Tiffany Johnson. 2 more points for her. 10 points in the game for Tiffany. Christy Elwell now for the Parkview Panthers. Dishes off and they go inside. Once again, there's Buchanan with a couple of more points as they go inside to her open under the hoop. And she puts in 2 more. Make it 59-22. Rams coming down with Naima Smith. Smith giving it to Randy Fincher. Fincher inside to Tiffany Johnson. That shot is no good. Taking it on the rebound is Christy Elwell. Elwell in this game has scored 10 points. She hit a three-pointer in the first quarter and another three-pointer in the second quarter. She had 4 points in the third quarter as well. So she's in double figures. Dish goes inside, and as Meave Ellsworth was trying to pass it back outside, it passed it out of bounds, so she gives the ball back to the Newton Rams. Rams take it with Randy Fincher. Fincher, who scored 2 points so far on the night, dishes off to Naima Smith, who scored 4, and puts a shot up to try to make it 6, but it's no good, and Ellsworth grabs the board. You can tell this Parkview team is skilled in the fundamentals. They practice good fundamental basketball, especially for a girls' team at this level. And as I say that, the pass into the post is stolen by the Newton Rams. Naima Smith going to take it down here for Newton. Gives it to Fincher. Fincher, the freshman. Out to Tiffany Johnson, another freshman. We're under 6 minutes left to play. And the foul is going to be called. Check and see who that one's on. It is on Beth Cleland. Cleland was a force in the second quarter of this game, scoring 3 buckets. Very tall. Both Cleland and Meave Ellsworth, when they are in the action, that's definite height advantage. There's a shot and a miss from Kissy Terrell, and Parkview gets it back. 5:46 left. Passes up for Emily Buchanan. Buchanan was looking for the basket, changed her mind. Got it back out to Christy Elwell. Elwell out here to Kelly McCloskey. McCloskey to Beth Cleland. Cleland thought about going to Ellsworth, changed her mind. Went back to Buchanan. Buchanan goes to Ellsworth. Now inside, they go to Kelly McCloskey, and she puts 2 in. Parkview has 5 points in the quarter. Lead at 61-22. 3-point attempt is up and no good for the Newton Rams. Tiffany Johnson trying to add to her 10-point effort already tonight. 5:06 left in this game. The Newton Rams will likely fall to 1-21 for the season, but you can plan on that being the down point for the Rams for the next few years. It's all uphill from here. There's the shot up and in for Beth Cleland. Give her a pair. Gives her 8 for the game. She scored her other 6 in quarter number 2. And the Rams will get a chance to look at some of these freshman players. Pass into Naima Smith. Smith to Randy Fincher. Fincher looking for it. Her shot is nowhere near, but the rebound pulled down by Tiffany Johnson. I think Johnson was fouled. 4:34 left here. And it is called against Beth Cleland. That would be her second. And we've got literally wholesale substitutions, almost a completely new team checking into the action here for Newton. We'll go over them. Melissa Johnson has come back in, as has Valaka Douglas, and Douglas is the lone senior, so Douglas playing her last game here as a Newton Lady Ram. We wish her the best. She has scored 2 points so far in this game. Taking the first of a couple of free throws is Tiffany Johnson. She sinks it. She's 3 for 3 from the stripe tonight. 63-23 now your score. Johnson scored the lone Ram points in the first quarter. She's done the same here in the fourth. 4.5 minutes left. The second one is no good. Parkview pulls down the rebound, and they will restart the offense. They go inside to Ellsworth. Off the glass, no good. Ellsworth, her own rebound, loses it. The Rams pick it back up with Tiffany Johnson going down court, and I think she got fouled again. Yes, she did. This time it's Kelly McCloskey who's the offender. The Rams will receive an inbounds pass with 4:18 left in this game. And also checking into the action is Tamika Morris. We haven't heard much from Tamika. She checks in for Tiffany Johnson. We think she checks in for Tiffany Johnson. We're about to see. This won't happen because Johnson's got to go up to the free throw line. So Tamika Morris will be out of the action for a little while longer. She was checking in for Johnson, but since Johnson's about to shoot the free throws, we've got to let her take care of that. It's the first of a 1-and-1, and it bounces around and is no good. So they'll have to wait for the next stoppage in the action for Morris to get in. 4:11 left here. Christy Elwell for the Parkview Panthers. Dishing off to Kelly McCloskey. McCloskey going inside, and a stuff. Tiffany Johnson stuffed Emily Buchanan. Don't see it often in girls basketball, but when you do, it's something, and you probably heard the reaction from the crowd. Tiffany Johnson tried to dribble inside, now literally falls down, gives it to Melissa Johnson. No turnover called there. Valaka Douglas, the shot up, no good. Douglas, the senior, grabs the rebound, Dribbles back out, dishes to Melissa Johnson. 3:36 remaining in this game. Parkview with a 37-point first half effort are up by 40 now, and now the foul is called. And it is called on Emily Buchanan, her second. Now Morris will come in for the Rams, and Tiffany Johnson will come out of the action. I'd imagine you'll see Valaka Douglas stay in there for the final 3.5 minutes of this, her last game. And Parkview makes the wholesale substitutions as well, bringing in virtually a completely new team. Melissa Johnson's free throw out of a 1-and-1 is no good. And the rebound is grabbed, yes, by Parkview. An extremely tall team when they put in this group of second-teamers with Cleveland and Ellsworth. The ball is off the foot of Katie Elliott, and as she races for it, she races into the backcourt and gets called for the backcourt. And with 3:19 left, and the Rams down 40 points, 63-23. We'll see what they can do. Melissa Johnson has scored 2 points so far tonight. Here's a shot from Valaka Douglas, who Melissa Johnson dishes to, and it is no good, and Cleveland pulls down the board. We're down to 3 minutes remaining here. This pass up court to Meve Ellsworth, who was left pretty much unguarded and had two shots there, rebounded twice, and went up twice, both times no good. But she will go to the free throw line as the foul was called on Priscilla Harmon. Priscilla Harmon, another freshman. 63-23 as we've got 2:55 remaining in the fourth quarter. Meve Ellsworth at the free throw line has not attempted a free throw yet tonight. This will be her first, and it's no good. Parkview's 1 out of 3 in the quarter from the charity stripe. Ellsworth once again. And this one's going to be good. Give it a 41-point lead to the Panthers. Melissa Johnson and the Newton Rams just trying to do whatever they can to put some points on the board here to maintain some dignity in this one. Down 41, kind of been a humiliating game, but their first tournament experience, many of these being freshmen. 2:36 remaining as Parkview steals the Newton Rams pass and takes it down court with Stacia Cooper. Cooper is going to dish to Katie Elliott. Elliott looking for Cleveland. Big Cleveland passes to Big Ellsworth, and Ellsworth is blocked. Her next shot as she pulls down her own rebound is no good. Parkview once again with the rebound. This time it's Katie Elliott, and Elliott turns the ball over. So Ellsworth was blocked once again. So the Newton Rams play good physical defense under the boards here to close out their 1995-96 campaign. Just a reminder, if you want to come out and see some more basketball action, we won't be bringing you Parkview and Winder Barrow, the boys game, after this, but if you want to check it out, you're welcome to come out and see it. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left, and the three-point attempt won't be made by Tamika Morris. She put it up, but there's a whistle blown in the meanwhile. Kim McClung has been called for her second foul. And we're going to see Melissa Webb go to the free throw line. Rams are 1 out of 4 from the free throw line in this quarter. They've scored only 3 points in 6 minutes. Shot is up, and it is no good. It was the front half of a 1-and-1. Parkview once again pulls down the rebound. Less than 2 minutes left to play. They go inside to Katie Spivey. Spivey shot as an air ball. Rams pull down the rebound. Coming down with Tamika Morris with 1:47 left. Morris out to Melissa Johnson. Johnson out to Priscilla Harmon. Got 4 folks out on the wing and 1 person down under. 1:38 left in this game now. Rams can cut the lead under 40. Here's a 3-point attempt, but it's no good. And Parkview once again pulls down the board. They pull it down with Katie Spivey, who is hacked, if I'm not mistaken, by Crystal Hudson. Yes, Crystal Hudson is called for the foul. It is her first foul. 1:28 left to play and counting. The Newton Rams with 4 points in the first quarter, 8 in the second, 8 in the third. So far, 3 here in the fourth. It is 64-23 in favor of the Lady Panthers. Lady Panthers looking to add to that lead as they go with Beth Cleveland. Cleveland goes to Stacia Cooper. Cooper's shot is over the net and rebounded by the Newton Rams and Crystal Hudson. Hudson to Melissa Johnson. We close into the final minute of this game and the final minute of the 1995-96 season and the final minute of Valaka Douglas's career here at Newton High School. 55 seconds left. Melissa Johnson going to attempt a three-pointer. It's off the front of the rim. No good. Here's the shot back up and rolls around and in. That's 2 points for Tamika Morris. Her first 2. 64-25. 38 seconds remain. Taking it down is Stacia Cooper. Cooper ahead to Katie Spivey. Spivey back to Cooper. Cooper going inside for Meave Ellsworth, who decides to go to Cleveland instead. Cleveland shot up and in. Parkview's height advantage over this Newton Ram team is almost amazing. 22 seconds left. We've got a 66-25 score. 16 seconds left. Here's another shot from the outside from Tamika Morrison. With that two-pointer, she now has 4 points, putting her tied for second on this team in points scored in this game. 4 seconds left in this game, and Cleveland attempting the shot but gets fouled. And the foul, I think, is going to go against Priscilla Harmon. She's the one with the shocked look on her face. Changing, it's Crystal Hudson called for the foul. At least that's what we were told by the referee. So Crystal Hudson, with 2 seconds left, called for the foul. Shot from Cleveland is up, and it is good. Make it 67-27, a 40-point lead. Remember that the boys won by 30. Second one goes in. 41-point lead, the final seconds of this game. One more shot for the Panthers as they stole the pass, but it's no good from Ellsworth. And your final in this one is the Parkview Panthers 68 and the Newton Rams 27. The 1995-96 Lady Rams basketball season has come to an unfortunate close. The Rams finished with a 1 win and 21 losses, 0-12 in the sub-region and 1 loss in the tournament. Meanwhile, the Parkview Panthers will move on to the second round of this tournament, and in fact, they will more than likely play on Friday. We'll check on that in just a moment. They may play Friday at 7 o'clock. One thing is for sure, when we come back, we're going to tell you about the Newton Ram boys and what time they're playing, and we'll also wrap up our Newton Ram girls action right here on WGFS AM 1430.
The Bank of Covington offers full-service banking and convenient locations, and you can find what you want in a checking account, savings plan, simple interest loan, and 24-hour automatic banking that gives you access to over 8,000 ATMs throughout the Southeast and the USA. Just what you would expect from a leading financial institution. The Bank of Covington, member FDIC, an equal opportunity lender.
Leave it to Remington to bring you everything you need to bag a turkey. The tightest patterns, the heaviest payloads. Come to Piedmont Outdoors and ask for Remington Premier Magnum Turkey Loads. In handy 10-packs, Premier Turkey Loads give you polymer buffered, extra hard copper-plated shot, along with olive drab hulls and matte blackheads. Piedmont Outdoors on the Access Road has the full line of Remington Turkey Loads, including 3.5-inch 10 and 12-gauge Super Magnums and the new 3-inch 20-gauge load.
Welcome back to Newton High School, the Region 8 Quad A South Basketball Tournament. We are live on WGFS AM 1430. The Newton Ram girls go down here to the Parkview Panther girls, 68-27 your final. The first game that we brought you live here on WGFS, and our return to Ram basketball live on Covington's radio station, a 30-point win by the Rams, 78-48. I'm here with Billy Hendricks, the head coach of the Newton Rams. Coach, a tremendous win, a 30-point win over this Rockdale Bulldog team, and a game in which you saw all 5 of your starters score in double figures, and your bench outscore Rockdale by a count, I believe, of 23-6. So you had to be pleased with this, and this has helped give you some good momentum going into Friday night.
I hope so. We started off a little slow, but finally got into the ball game, got going, and the bench did play well. And when that happens for us, they come in and give us a spark. That's what they've done all year, so maybe we're on a roll.
We were talking about Cantrell Horton, who last year was one of the big point scorers and was known for the 53-point type nights. Right. And Chris Bridges and I were talking about the fact that this year it hasn't been that type effort. It's been more like it was tonight, where he had 10 points but played terrific defense and just solid all-around game. And it's actually made him a much better overall player.
Yeah, I think so, too. And he's a tremendous passer, and he gets a lot of assists. He's averaged about 9 assists a ball game, and he's our leading rebounder. And, if you get open, he's going to hit you. And we got some shooters, and it's like they try to box and one on him, and the other shooters start hitting. Well, they have to get away from their game plan now and start playing man-to-man. So now he gets to play his game, too. So, he's just been a tremendous leader for us all year, and he's a total team player, and he can be the go-to guy. I mean, he could get you 30, 40 points a game, but he's not that. He's concentrated on making the passes and getting other people open. Plus, he gets himself open too. So it's harder to play a box and one on a kid like that when you got the others that can contribute too. And if we didn't do that, or he didn't do that, I think they'd be able just to say, we can take him out, we'll beat him. And you can't do that now.
Wasn't the case, and the Rams did come up with a 30-point win. Well, Coach, you've got this under your belt. Now how do you prepare your team for Friday night?
Well, they've beaten us twice. Parkview's the only team we hadn't beaten, and I think we can beat them. I mean, they beat us 4 up here, and we missed 14 free throws, and they beat us over there, and we weren't in it over there. They beat us over there, so the kids are looking forward to it. I really think we're the best team in the sub-region, and if we play like we're capable of playing, I think that's where we're going to end up. But Parkview's got a good ball club. They all do. Shiloh does, and Brookwood does, and it ought to be a good tournament. But the kids really wanted to get this one because this is a team they hadn't beat, and I think they've got something to prove for themselves.
Parkview will be playing Winder Barrow here shortly, and then the winner of this game, likely Parkview, will go on to the Friday night at 8:30 game against the Newton Rams. Well, Coach Hendricks, I want to congratulate you for helping to bring a lot of tradition back to basketball here, and I have a feeling that Friday night's going to be a big night, and you're going to see a lot of community stuff, kind of the way it used to be around here.
Well, I appreciate y'all coming and covering us. It's been an exciting year, and I just hope we can continue to go on.
That's Coach Billy Hendricks of the Newton High boys basketball team, and hopefully we'll be talking to him after a victory Friday night. Cross your fingers, folks. That game will start at around 8:30, and it will be live on WGFS. And in fact, Todd Q. Chapman will join me for that, and I know he's looking forward to that. Todd Q. Chapman and myself will be splitting up the play-by-play action Friday night at 8:30. Folks, if you have any plan, just cancel it. You've got to either be here or listen to this. The ideal plan would be to be here and bring a transistor radio with you and listen to us as well, but we can't ask for everything. Either be here or listen in, one of the two, and we'll be very happy. This is Kevin Holden reporting live, and we'll once again go over your finals here. The boys defeating the Rockdale Bulldogs 78-48, 15 points for Richie Cleary, the leading scorer, and there were 6 Rams in double figures in that one. Girls not quite so fortunate. They go down by a final of 68-27. Good night, everybody.